Welcome to part 16 of our Knights of the Old Republic loreplay series. Last week we learned our true identity as Darth Revan, so naturally the best place for us to be is Korriban, the home world of the Sith and their academy. We need to infiltrate the academy to find the next star map, which should be easy considering we're Darth Revan. Surely we will have everyone's respect. Oh, no one believes us? Great. Maybe wearing a baller mask all the time wasn't the greatest idea in the world, Revan. Guess we just have to murder someone and take their letter of acceptance. Now seems like the perfect time to discuss Sith training during the time before the Rule of Two. If you'll remember, I covered Jedi training previously in this series, and it was a little off base. The same is true here, but it makes more sense, and it's just way more fun. We get to be treasure hunters. We still have to memorize the Sith code, but that's where the similarities with the Jedi training end. The rest of the training here is based on gaining prestige or notoriety. We have to impress our master by being more evil than everyone else. And you know what? I just found out I'm Darth Revan. I already dipped into the dark side because of the Geno Haradan assassinations. I'm going for it. The Sith have more fun. We can gain prestige by backstabbing other students, hunting down defectors, or treasure hunting. I'm going to get into the treasure hunting next week, but while I go about doing that other stuff, I'll talk about what Sith training was really like in Star Wars Legends. Before diving in, it's important to note that Sith training wasn't nearly as standardized as Jedi training, which makes sense. Even this prestige business makes sense under the context of the Sith. They dealt in passion and emotion, while the Jedi were much more clinical. The Jedi had specific processes. The Sith just did what they could to create the most powerful dark side fueled weapons they could, however they felt like doing it. That said, the Sith were generally much more exclusive than the Jedi. Since training was generally geared towards weeding out the weak, many Sith hopefuls were killed off before even entering the academy. The Darth Bane book, Path of Destruction, goes into that a little more. Sith students were encouraged to undermine or even kill each other as long as their instructors didn't find out. They were trained to be sneaky and duplicitous from the start, so the game is kind of accurate in that regard. Entry into a Sith Academy differed throughout the existence of the Sith Empire. At this point in time, students had to be sponsored by one of the Academy instructors, which is why we had to steal a sponsorship after no one believed the crazy man claiming to be Revan. Around 3,000 years after this, entry seemed to be more open to anyone with Force sensitivity and a desire to learn the secrets of the dark side. Inside the academy, students underwent a variety of training regimes. Classes were around 3 to 4 students at the time of Revan, but had grown to well over 20 by the time of Darth Bane. All training was competitive, with students vying for recognition or, in our case, prestige. Talented students were rewarded while the weak ones were punished, often by death or injury. Classes included combat training, applications of the Force, interrogation, and assassination. An aspect of training not covered by this game but mentioned elsewhere in Legends is the idea of the sacrifice. A Sith student was required to take the life or facilitate the death of someone close to them. Darth Tyrannus killed his old friend Sifo Dyas. Darth Caedus killed his aunt Mara Jade. Darth Zannah killed her cousin. Anakin Skywalker allowed the death of Mace Windu, and then, well, you know. We've gained enough prestige to impress our master, who will take us to the star map in the tomb of Naga Sadow for our final challenge. So next week I'll be talking about the Valley of the Dark Lords and the Sith Lords buried there while we rob all their graves. If you want to watch this series from the beginning, check out this playlist here. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.